And it's loading. Sometimes I think if it's loading, we're already on. So you could say hi. I think. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone,
Hi
Mabuhay.
Angel. You
everyone.
want to
This is
start?
Angel. Hi everyone. Welcome to Transistors TV. This is Angel Qinan. I'm a registered nurse and I'm an actress. And I'm with Ally.
Hi everyone, my name is AllyCat Castle. I'm a proud transgender woman of color, and I'm Filipino American. I'm Angel's older sister in real life, and both of us are transgender. And I'm a professional makeup artist for Media News during the week, and I'm your co-host for Transistors TV on the weekend as well. Now back to you, Angel, to introduce our very beautiful sister.
Yes. Sorry, I'm actually figuring out our live stream chat option because it was happening again, but I think I should have had it fixed. So, welcome everyone. Today's episode is actually about insecurities, and we are being joined again tonight with our two co-hosts from the previous weeks because we've always enjoyed our conversations. Starting off with Miss Sonia, the only one.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines. I am Sonia Agbiani, but you can call me Sonia, the only one. I'm a fashion celebrity stylist, and you can follow me on my social media preferences. Thank you. Mabuhay.
Okay, our second sister who's here, of course, Miss Alifa El Norte.
Perfect timing. Oh, we can't hear
Only we
you.
can hear your
Perfect
audio.
timing, but not perfect
Hello.
technical.
There you go. Okay, Lee, now we can
Is
hear
it
you. Please
working?
introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Faelnar. I'm your Queen Charotera, and for some reason tonight, I'm feeling really insecure.
Oh, we're gonna fix
Anyway,
that tonight.
exactly. Well, so welcome to everyone. So first and foremost, we just want to say everyone who's in the live chat as well. Just so you know,
Yeah.
to everyone who doesn't know where the live chat. So this is the if you see the live, so first there's the thumbs up where hopefully you can thumbs up us now. There's the thumbs down after, and then there's the live chat. You press the live chat and you're gonna see every one of us are there. We want to say hi to Tactical Gaming, our
Hi.
amazing gamer friend. That's Dylan from Nevada. Hi, Ate Maricel Abalos, Ate Sel, my very good sister here in Washington, D.C. My very good friend, Life in Plastic, Jared, who is,
Hi,
of course,
Jared.
our amazing Barbie channel. So now, let's begin with our topic. So first, let me define to you what insecurity means. So according to Oxford Languages, insecurity means uncertainty or anxiety about oneself, hence lack of confidence. So, what do you guys think of that meaning? Do you agree with it? Lack of confidence, uncertainty, and anxiety about oneself?
I agree. I mean, it's very technical, though. I think insecurity is something that we all have, and I don't know. I mean, I always kind of look at the positive side. So sometimes if there's insecurities, it means there's room to improve on, and sometimes it becomes like a catalyst for you to work harder.
How about you, Ate Sonia? What's your take on that?
Definitely. Hello. Yes, insecurity is a part of life. It's everywhere. You experience it in all your things that you do. So it means, as Angel said, it's a room for improvement, and it makes you feel, and it make you know what you are, who you are, and what you are, and what you will improve on.
Great. How about you, Miss Lee, our beauty queen?
Oh no, I totally agree. I mean, pero eto, I mean, wait lang. I told you I was confident, pero ano, no, I'm
Okay,
kidding.
Janina San
So
Miguel,
yeah,
is that you?
I'm kidding. So anyways, yeah, that's what I think. It's lack of confidence. It's like it's exactly what you defined it as. Like congratulations, Merriam Webster or Oxford for giving a great definition of insecurity. I
I
applaud
know,
you.
right? It may be a simple definition, but it's actually so accurate. Oh, by the way, to everyone, please also answer if you agree with the Oxford Languages definition of what insecurity is. And hello to our dear sister Carolina is here as
Yes.
well. Oh my gosh,
Hi,
we're so honored.
Caroline. Oh my God. I'm so happy that you're
We're
here.
so happy, exactly.
And
You know
mom,
what?
hi mom. Mom's
Yeah,
here.
next time we're gonna have Caroline here as well with all of us. Anyway, so the next question that I have is hi, Mom, by the way, what is the root cause of insecurity? So I read in here that one of the root causes of insecurity is it can be a result from one's environment. As for me, if I could answer that question, for me, it's not just about your environment, but it could also be people and it could also be the situation and, you know, like what's happening right at that moment. How about for you guys? What is the root cause of insecurity? Is that something that you agree on as well, or do you have your own definition as well?
I think the environment would include everything, like what you grew up with. Like, for example, in school, I think high school is the hardest times to get over the insecurity because kind of the society or the environment defines what's beautiful, what's smart, what's acceptable. And me personally, of course, I wasn't transitioned yet back then. And I see myself as a woman and people don't see me as that. And I didn't have long hair and this and that. So I think a lot of the insecurities came um, from the environment that I grew up with, and sometimes it still haunts me up to now. but it's yeah. So I agree with that research that you did, that that environment kind of influences insecurities in life.
Right,
Oh, I
Ali?
like
A
that.
plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
A plus to Ali for the research. If I was a teacher, I would give you 100 score on your paper. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, yeah. So I think it's also a lack of positive reinforcement. Like I think a big thing with insecurities, like you can be insecure. Like it when I was a kid, all of a sudden, like from being super outgoing and super loving the camera, I stopped. It stopped because it felt like there was something that wasn't right. Like it just like stopped. Like if you saw pictures of me like when I was younger, I would just be like whatever. I could do anything, talk to my cousins, and then there was a certain age where it stopped. And I guess because like I felt like I wasn't the same as other people were, and I just knew that there was something different. So I feel like um, lack of knowledge sometimes causes insecurity. Lack of positive reinforcement sometimes causes insecurity.
I
So
like
it's
that.
almost
Oh
like
my
saying
gosh.
it's environment plus lack of environment. So lack
Okay,
of supportive environment, I guess.
right.
So I love
So
that. I love it.
yeah. So I love that as well. But I also like what Miss Veronica Ray said. Hi, Miss Veronica! Oh my
Hi, Miss
gosh.
Veronica
Our super
Ray.
stellar makeup artist also. By the
Yes.
way, I love what she said. And I think this is also very evident in the Filipino culture as well as like a lot of cultures in general. And also in the Spanish culture, I believe, societal and family expectations.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it can be
Yeah.
stressful, like the kind of expectation sometimes that your family actually puts on you. Sometimes can actually make you feel inadequate or incapable about you being doing things, and sometimes you question your strengths as a person because for some reason sometimes they see something in you that you don't see in yourself, and you feel like even if you can't do it, sometimes it's just so hard. So I totally agree with Miss Veronica on that. Okay, Ate
I
Sonia,
agree with that also.
before I
Thank you
read
for that.
Dylan's comment, what's your comment about that?
Yes. Insecurity is a very, let's say, always an issue for self. So as we grow up, we sort to experience, and reality strikes in us. Long as you enter school, as you grow up, you see those things that just like I am different from that person. I'm different. So you experience that. So it can be in your childhood, in your experiences, in your failures, in your rejection, so in your loneliness, and of course the, as they say, the expectations, and of course critical parenting, when you grow up, the parents, with especially when you're young, oh, you have to be like that, you have to be that. So I am not that, but I don't want to be like that. So the insecurity just piles up as you grow up, and you just have to deal with how will you escape that.
I love that, Ate Sonia. See,
I love
even Ate
that.
Sonia did so great in research. Look at that. Anyway, I also like what Dylan said, our gamer friend here. He said that one root cause of that as well is from school. And he experienced that towards elementary and high school. There's so much peer pressure, right? Remember when we were in school? Even like, because you want to fit in. So one part of you being insecure is because you want to fit in this group. There are certain things sometimes where you go against your values just so that you can be in this group. You get what I mean? And sometimes you want to be so into this group that it's like you do things that are against your values. And when it's against your value, then that actually can be a form of being insecure as well, right?
Peer
Now,
pressure.
correct, peer
Peter,
pressure. My
Peter.
second question that's also connected to that. Oh, I mean, not connected, but now the opposite, because now we're talking about peer pressure, feelings about insecurity. Um, is insecurity can insecurity can you also be insecure by your own attitude?
Mm. Yeah,
Right?
ma'am.
Would you? Okay, go ahead, Ate Sonia. What's your answer for that?
Yes, it tends to be your defense mechanism, your attitude. You know, you say you use that as so they won't see your flaws, and you always give a good out attitude with that. So good or bad, and I always see it on movies. Like in Greece, I relate it on the Pink Ladies. The Pink Ladies are all tough. They're also so vivacious and bitches, but deep inside they have their insecurities. So you get it on Mean Girls. You take that, you take on that, but at the end of the day, when the day comes, you see that even though you're strong, you have your still insecurities, and you work on that, as I've said.
Yeah, right. Especially when they were like bullies. One of the things, you can't sit with us. Speaking of Mean
Yes.
Girls, and of course, when you have certain people who are bullies and make you feel like unaccepted, then sometimes you question yourself. You question your capabilities. And so I totally agree with Ate Sonia as well. Okay. So Life in Plastic, Jared says, yes, he agrees. A lot stems from family expectations. Miss Veronica said, with pre-transition, I had so many expectations to be masculine, to be a doctor or lawyer, have perfect grades, get married, and have a family. Now that I've gained acceptance from my family, um, uh, dot. So she says that
We continue.
exactly, I have the expectation to be beautiful and passable. Oh my God, that's also very hard, especially for transgender women, right? Being expected to always be, beautiful and passable. Yeah, let's dive into that quickly. Why is it, do you think, that there's so much pressure for transgender women to look passable?
You know what? I think
Before,
some people still think it's a choice. Some people think that, like divide our community, like saying, "Oh, she's beautiful, that's why she can transition." But why would she do that? So I think it's still kind of not knowing that it's who we are. It's not a choice. It's more about it's who we are and how we feel and how we want to be accepted by ourselves and by society after that. So I think that's one reason, at least, that I can think about on why passable it's such a big expectation and a source of insecurity for some of us.
Okay. So
um,
okay, so anyone else want to answer? Lead, you want to answer? You want to say something? Lee has been
Wait,
contemplating
is my
so
connection
far.
okay?
I
No,
think the
I was
boss.
just like
I
wondering
think,
if
I know
my
she is on pause. Anyway, while
yeah.
she's on pause,
but she's
since we're
speaking.
talking
We can
about,
listen to her.
yeah,
Wait,
since we're talking,
is it working
I
or
hear.
yeah,
no?
it's working
Now you're
now. Go
Yeah,
moving.
ahead.
Now you're moving. I thought you were just like
Yeah.
posting.
the whole time.
Okay, so Lee, do you want to answer that?
Let me just it's let me just quote Janet Mock with one thing that she said. Like trans people are not passing. Well, I am per se. I agree with her a lot. Not passing. So
Lee,
basically, let me just put
you're
that.
breaking off.
Lee, you're breaking up. Your
I will
connection is
get out.
actually not so clear.
But it sounds like it's a good quote. So Lee
Yes.
is
Okay,
gonna
we're
Yes.
come
gonna get
back.
back to
So
we're
Ate
gonna get
Sonia.
back to Lee. But while we're getting back to
Yes.
Lee, Ate Sonia, do you have a quick answer to that?
Yes, we as transistors, as transistor, we always I mean what as they say is perfectionism. People always expect that especially in the transistor, the LGBT, they always look na it has to be perfect. You have to always be perfect, and that's what people have always looked into us, especially in the pageant world. Diba? If you're a beauty queen, you should always be consistent. Even
Yeah.
after 40 years, you have to be very beautiful. You have to be queen like. But nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. It has
Exactly.
it, it always has to be in contentment. We have to be contented. Lang
Yeah.
I
naman.
love that.
That's
Contentment.
But
that's
your
important.
hair,
Yes.
Ate Sonia, today is perfect.
Yes, I would like to thank our new conditioner. So I'm
Right.
contented.
Exactly.
Wow,
Okay, anyway.
conditioner lang yan.
Okay. So now
Lee
Lee
is
is
back.
back. So Lee, can you say your answer again about Janet Mock, about her quote?
Oh well, no. Janet Mock said, "I am not passing. I am being." So I'm just like
Oh,
being
I know.
myself. So basically, let me just like say why it's really why a lot of trans people when they transition either choose to be hyper feminine or hyper masculine. I believe back in the day the reason why was because it's safer for trans people to be able to blend into society. That's their way so that they can't get clocked. They're able to get better jobs. They're able to assimilate into society without being questioned, without being um,
Safe.
questioned
So
on.
safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's safety and also financial wise, and also like for the most part, a lot of people who transitioned back in the day, from what I know, had to engage in sex work. So because that's the only way for them to make a living. So like that's why I feel like hyper femininity or hyper masculinity was something that was very was strived for back in the day. However, now like since like there's more visibility with trans people and we're breaking the gender norms and how we express our gender, things have been different. And of course, like throughout centuries, people's society or view of beauty has changed. And I believe that we are making a revolution.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Look at that contentment revolution. Okay. So now that we're basically almost like doing like, like trans empowerment and everything, how about let's just keep it real here now, but just for fun, why don't we reveal some of our insecurities? So I'm going to start. My biggest insecurity is my hairline and my forehead. And that's the reason why I'm very thankful to have found this bandana. Because of this, I've actually found new confidence about myself. But at the same time, as I've gotten older, I think my age has helped me also in terms of like building my confidence. So I really don't care anymore sometimes, what people say about my hairline or my big forehead. How about you? Who wants to go next about, revealing their insecurity? But before that, Jared said like, like before he got used to he was teased about his appearance, his curly hair and his skinny. I really like your curly hair, Jared. You're so handsome. Are you kidding
I
me?
know.
Yeah. Anyway, who wants to reveal their insecurity?
Physical.
Yes, physical or attitude, whatever.
Or any.
Well, uh, voice was is a big insecurity of mine even up till now. Um, Especially when it comes to acting. when it comes to acting, I have a bunch of insecurities. I can just like pack a big U-Haul truck of my insecurities, and like I have so many vultures. One of them is my accent, and also one of them is my diction. So let's talk about insecurities. I might take an hour and a half, so I'm just gonna cut it there.
Oh, okay. Ate Sonia, do you have any insecurity because you seem so perfect?
Mm, meron. I have, of course. Nobody's perfect. We always
What's a
aim for
quick one? What's
perfection.
a quick
A
insecurity
quick
that you can share
one, a
us?
quick one. Of course, my I wish I could have been more smarter, intelligent, because I would like that. And my biggest insecurity also is I wish I have a better waistline.
Well, I think that's for
Same,
all of us as
same.
well. Okay,
I like to eat,
right.
and and of course, perfect about attitude. Of course, that's within. So physically, yun lang yung. I just wish na waistline, di ba?
Aw.
Di ba?
Well, for us, you're sexy. How about you, Angel? What's yours?
Well, I'm very confidently beautiful with a heart for the world, the universe rather. Thank you. No, I mean, of course, I have a lot. Like as I've said, like like forehead, like the pimples. I mean, like speaking English is our second language. So definitely living in America, like kind of, there would be times that I would find myself talking to other people that I could not find the right words, or maybe use the words wrongly or pronounce it wrongly. There's a bunch, as what Lee said, it's a whole U-Haul truck, and we're gonna take a whole hour here if we try to list all of the insecurities that we have.
Bye lang.
So I do have them, but I try every day to work on them and to hopefully accept and just be, as what Lee said, just being, and not just passing.
Oh, I love that. Anyway, let's say hello to some people. Hi, Ate Candy May. Ate Candy May is
Ate
here.
Candy, thank you for being here. I miss you.
Exactly. And then Dylan said like some of the things that he's insecure about are overweight, his teeth, socially awkward, among the list of issues. So what we want everyone to know is we love everyone the way you are. Whatever your insecurity is that's the reason why we have our community gathering every Sundays. It's because this is a safe space for everyone to know that they're loved, they're accepted for who they are, regardless of your strengths or weaknesses. There you go. Okay, now
Yes.
let's quickly talk about this. As Filipinos, right? I actually like what Ate Veronica
Veronica.
said. She said Filipinos are so critical. If you're not passable, you're looked at as a joke. But if you're beautiful, it's something that your family can be proud of. Why do you think that Filipinos sometimes are so critical, especially towards like transgender women? I feel like sometimes when they see trans women, it's like they almost just like want to attack, knowing that, you know what, I can actually tell that they're trans women. Why do you think that that's the case? So sometimes it actually affects a lot of like our transgender sisters' confidence, makes them insecure, or sometimes because of like the way the society treats them. Why do you think our culture is like that? Do you
Do
think it
you
has to do with our religion?
do you want me to start?
Can you give Lee?
Go, Lee.
Yeah,
Goalie.
can you give us a quick
Go.
answer, like a quick summarized answer?
We're a colonial mentality, and we have crab mentality. Short.
Mhm.
Mm.
Right, that's true. There's so much like, crab mentality back home in the Philippines, unfortunately. Well, hopefully, eventually that will change. Okay, so talking about that, now let's talk about why is insecurity a problem? So, according to the Light program, um, insecurities feed mental health issues like depression, low self-esteem, and anxiety. They are also often a contributing factor to eating disorder, and yeah, like eating disorders, and So why do you think that sometimes with certain people, depending, their insecurities actually can affect their mental health and physical health, in the way they live their lives? What can you say about that?
Well, it's
Yes.
obvious with the eating disorder. It's super obvious. It's the insecurity of how they look, so they want to like control that by controlling or trying to control their eating by not eating or kind of purging if it's bulimia, um, which is super sad. Ate Sonia, sorry, I cut you off.
It's okay. As I've said, it's the hiding their flaws. So they take another way of, you know, I think they feel good in what they are doing, but but of course, it's not a good way of treating and hiding your flaws. So, they just have to work on their self acceptance and mental health, of course. And of course, at the end of the day, if it's really so bad, a therapist should always help. And prayers, pray that you overcome all those things that making you feeling insecure.
Okay, I love that, Ate Sonia. So actually, Ate Candy actually answered very good. That's connected to my second question. So my next question rather is, how does one person overcome anxiety? So actually, I actually like what Ate Candy said before I read what like healthline.com said about overcoming insecurity. Ate Candy May said, create your own definition of beautiful, accepting your flaws and highlighting your assets, strength and uh, accepting your flaws and highlighting your assets, strengths build confidence. Confidence makes you beautiful. So some of the things here,
Highlight,
right?
diba?
So according to healthline.com, some of the things to overcome insecurity are affirming your value, prioritizing your needs, embracing the awkward, challenge your thoughts. So I definitely think that that's very connected to what Ate Candy May said. So how about you guys? How does one overcome insecurity? Like in your own words, in layman's term.
So when you were actually reading Ali, we were posing on the camera because we were highlighting the strengths and beauty.
Okay, so that's good. But anyway, seriously speaking now, how does one overcome insecurity?
I think talking about it, like as what Ate Sonia said, like in therapy, surrounding yourself with good people.
People.
Uh, I think like what Lee said, like the environmental, if we have proper education and proper like maybe mantra or like things that we can affirm ourselves that we are beautiful no matter what, I think those would help in kind of overcoming insecurities.
I think you guys should watch the previous episode where we talked about mental health, because a lot of
It's
the
kind
stuff that
of
we said there could actually are the tools to get you out of your anxiety and your depression caused by insecurity, because they come hand in hand. So just like
Exactly.
so one solution is to watch our live stream every
exactly.
Sunday at 6 p.m. on Los
10
Angeles
a
Well,
time.
10 a.m. Manila.
Ate Sonia, do you have something to say?
Yes, it's a very difficult thing, especially anxiety. Anxiety really, if you don't really know how to handle it, because as I've said, in our mental health issue, who will help yourself but yourself? It's self-care. So do not focus on your insecurities, focus on the positive things, focus on what is life. And as I've said, as they said, why practice if if there's nobody? Practice makes perfect. So why practice if nobody perfect? So you just have to believe yourself, and that's the best
Oh my
way.
God, no,
Of
wala.
course,
You're
negativities.
Okay. Yeah, but we got like what Ate Sonia said right there in a nutshell. Actually that's true. One of the things that was highlighted here was keeping good company. That's the reason why we're here every Sunday as a community. We're all in this together. that's basically, think, the famous hashtag of the pandemic, as well as this COVID, is we are all in this together. But one thing that really, you know, uh, like stuck at me when I read this was embrace the awkward. Because I think embracing the awkward is you almost saying that I surrender to the world, to the universe, that regardless of it, about me being weird or all of my awkwardness and all these things, behind my
Or being
head,
unique.
is,
Yes.
I know, because we can always say about, like uniqueness is basically almost like what? The opposite of like awkward. But what I'm saying is like, I know that we always say about positivity, but sometimes affirming the negative words, such as being awkward and weird for me, is something that we need to embrace. Because I think there's power in words, but there are certain words where even if it's negative, you should just need to embrace it. Because I think that if you embrace both the negative, then you're like the kind of person who just says, let it be. Because we cannot be miss positive all the time. There are times that we still, as human beings, suffer. And I think, like these negative words, if you say that, what, if people say that I'm such a person or I'm such a way of being, then so be it. I don't care. But what's important is that I know myself, whether I'm awkward or I'm weird, I know myself better. And that makes me feel better
Yes.
as a person.
Yeah.
So
Well,
if
on,
you
on
know
the other
yourself,
hand, on the other
so if you
hand,
know
for me,
yourself
being
as a,
yeah,
if you
being
know yourself
awkward
as
or
a
weird
person,
is actually being unique. So it's similar and kind of like reaffirming that it's okay to be awkward and weird be- because it's actually unique. It's actually what's gonna make you stand out. It's gonna make you who you are.
and being unique
Affirmation.
is, and guess what? Being unique is all of us. There's
Yes,
not one
affirmation.
person that's the same. And I'm sure we've heard about this cliche thing already, but really, each of us has our own, like trademark fingerprint. So celebrate who you are at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
affirmation, and stop comparing, comparison. Everybody's different. So, don't compare like milk. What's
I
they say? Milk and coffee. It's
Yes,
different. Everybody's different. No comparing. So that's where insecurity begins when you compare.
I actually love what you said, Ate Sonia. And Ate Maricel, our sister from Washington, D.C., stop comparing yourself to others. That's true. You should never compare yourself to others, right? It's when you don't compare yourself to others that you basically just know that you belong. Just like your fingers, they can never be the same, even if they're very identical. Each of them, even if we have like 5 fingers here, one is from the right hand, one is from the left hand. Each of them has their own purpose, right? So, next question. Um, Here's my next question. Is insecurity only within oneself, or can it also involve a relationship or others? Who wants to
Yes.
answer that?
Oh my God, like, can I just say the BLM movement is like systemic racism that's happened over the years, which caused a lot of Black people to be afraid to even go out of their home. Like, I know, like, a lot of Black men are told by their fathers just to act like very carefully, because like just one thing that might be a sign that they're a robber or whatnot, or like somebody, like it's so easy to racially profile them. So yes, I believe like that's it, like that causes a lot of trauma, and it's 400 years of trauma. I'm sorry, it's February right now and it's a Black History Month, so
It is.
so sorry, sorry for being passionate about it, but yeah, like stuff like even like us being Filipino, us looking at people that are whiter or like have whiter features, that's something that, or trying to be whiter skinned. I mean, that's just ingrained in your head from years of oppression, years, and oppression can cause insecurity for sure.
I love what Miss Lee said, and yes, we know it's a Black History Month. So to all our brothers in the Black community, Black brothers and sisters, we want you to know we love you so much, and just like you, we are all proud trans women of color. Yes. So, who wants to answer that question next? Angel or Ate Sonia? How could you answer the question? Is
I
insecurity
think
with...
society.
Okay, go ahead, Angel.
No, go ahead. Like repeat it.
Is insecurity only within oneself, or can it also involve a relationship or other people?
I think definitely it can involve a relationship and other people. Like as what Lee was sharing with the black, like let's say Black Lives Matter or like Filipinos in general, for example, like we tend to have this colonial mentality that we're less than
Yes.
outside cultures. So definitely like society, it's not just like individual, it's kind of like the whole society sometimes, so
Right? That's why birds of the same feather make a great feather duster.
I love that, Lee. Okay, Ate Sonia, what's your take on that?
Yes, it can be. I believe so. It's just not. It's in everything. As I've said, insecurity is in all over. It can be in your relationships with your lover, with your boyfriend, with your family, and of course politically, in your workplace, and everything that you do. And there is always insecurity, and it's just a matter of how people will take that, and you will take that, and how will you take on, and what will you do about that. So it can be a good thing, a bad thing, but at least it's everywhere, and just know what to do with this insecurity wherever you are and whatever you do. Anywhere, even though you go to a trip, to a convenience store, there's always insecurity. Would you buy in, if you're in a convenience store, would you buy this one or that one? Of course, the product will be insecure. Why are you buying me that? Makeup, it's everywhere. It's only
Right.
not in human and everything. So just have to know.
Okay, I love what Ate Sonia said, that it can also be in the products. Yes. Okay. I also like what Ate Candy May said. Ate Candy May's answer is related to oneself. She said, understand where your insecurity is coming from. Change the things you can and accept what you cannot. Positive self-talk helps a lot. What you feed your thoughts become you, which is also related to what Jared said, Life in Plastic. For me, talk therapy has helped me get past some insecurities and the anxiety that they cause as well. Look at that. Everyone is like synonymous here. Just like what Dylan said, tactical gaming. For him, aside from his answer is related to relationships and others. That he said that doing YouTube, meeting cool people. So again, this is so good, because insecurities, actually, it can be seen that it's not just like from within us, but it can also be from others. It can also be in communities, and so on and so forth. Just like as human
Everywhere.
beings, we're all connected to this, to everything that's like happening to us, right? So I know this is like a funny question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Is it unattractive to be insecure? Okay.
Unfortunately, it's deep because for me, I find attractiveness as not just only the physical on how the person looks, but how they carry themselves, on how they actually relate to you and to others. So unfortunately, insecurity kind of comes up in different behaviors, of not just like the typical things that we would think about, that you're not able to speak or not able to kind of like show off yourself or be confident. It's not about that, but like how like the Mean Girls, for example, the insecurity comes in being trying to be above the other person and kind of being boastful or being looking down on other people because really deep inside they're insecure. So it actually does show that they're less attractive in that sense, at least in my opinion, because that's not attractive behavior for me. So unfortunately, yes, I think insecurities make you less attractive.
I love that. That's very true. I totally agree with
Yes.
Angel that being insecure actually makes one very unattractive. But for me, there's also a line between you knowing that you cannot do something just because it's not your line of work or not your line of expertise. But I think sometimes an insecure person is trying to do something or pretending that they can do it even if they can't. Sometimes I think what makes someone beautiful is you saying that, unfortunately, this is not my expertise. I'm going to say no. And sometimes I think saying no is what can make a beautiful person. Is what can make a person secure because you are secure about what you can do, but you are also secure about what you cannot do, right? So now I already feel like talking like a preacher. How about you, Ate Sonia?
Yes, yes, Ali. Yes, yeah. Insecurity, unattractive because it can destroy you without knowing it. That you're insecure,
Mhm.
it is destroying you physically, mentally, and and it's just if you really put yourself into that insecurity, well, you don't know that you're destroying yourself slowly. So yeah, and I think it's also territorial. You have to know what you want to do because you excel on that. But despite that as I said, you can always say no, and you can always saying things that, oh, I think I won't excel or do. But as I've said, you have to fight insecurity. So when you don't feel like, if you think that you cannot excel, but you just have to try. You just have to try. So you know where you will be and what you want to be. So, laban lang.
Okay,
Fight.
I actually love what Ate Sonia said as well. Maybe one form of not being serious, like trying at least, not giving up. Okay, Miss
Mm.
Lee, are you about to say something?
It depends on the situation. Insecurity can be attractive and it can't be attractive. Like I agree with what Angel said. Like insecurity comes up in different forms. Like sometimes a puppy that or a dog that's been mistreated is going to come across insecure, and you'll feel bad for that. You'll feel bad for them. You'll want to take care of them. So in a way, it can also be attractive because you know that there's potential. You see that there's potential. Like I went on a date one time, and the guy wasn't able to provide what he promised, and it made him look like, so he was so apologetic. It was a little bit like he showed a little bit of insecurity, which I was just like, he really wants to make an effort so that he can, he can what's this what am I trying to say?
Impress you.
Impress me. So like that, I thought that was cute. Like that
Well,
awkwardness was cute. So in a way, it can be. It's just situational. It's purely situational. It depends on the person. So again, like if it's for you, it's for you. It can be attractive.
I have a funny question. This is like a silly question. Was it cute because he was cute?
It made him cute. It made him extra cute because he was shorter than me. He was not somebody that I would typically like look in the club and say like, oh, I want to go out with this guy.
So that
But
But I
only
think
means
you,
sometimes, right? The confidence definitely sometimes helps, right? When someone has like confidence or something, like to a certain extent. Confidence is different from bragging, though, which I'm gonna tackle or my next question. Okay, Angel, I know you have to say
but
something.
yeah, I just wanted to add like on Lee's story, I guess because he acknowledged the insecurity, then maybe that's what you found attractive also because of the acknowledgement.
yeah, like
The
I
Mhm.
mean, he showed it. Like it just like it shows that they want to impress, and like that sometimes makes you know that they really want, like it's just not superficial. You know what I mean? Like
The
there's
Yeah,
like
effort.
I actually love what
The
Lee
effort.
said. And Lee's answer actually is very synonymous to what Miss Veronica Ray, of course, our stellar makeup artist friend from Nevada. And she said, understanding your own insecurities is empowering by allowing you to empathize with others, which to a lot of people is very attractive. So you, Miss Lee, getting back to you, because you empathize with this cute guy, you became more attractive. Oh my gosh. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I know that was just being silly of me. Anyway, so So speaking of confidence, sometimes being overconfident seems like you're bragging. And one of the things that I've researched said is bragging a sign of insecurity. So let me read what inc.com said about that, and then I want your opinion about it, okay, as well as our viewers. Thank you, viewers. I really love our topic right now. Bragging is a mask for insecurity. Oh my God! Speaking of mask, the pandemic. Um, Truly confident people are quiet and unassuming. Oh, silence. Right. Silence is deadly, as what they say sometimes. Anyway, bragging is a mask for insecurity. Truly confident people are quiet and unassuming. They already know what they think, and they want to know what you think. So, how do you react to that question? Is bragging a sign of insecurity?
For me, yeah. For me, bragging, yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's situational. So it can be bad or good. It's how it depends on, especially on the personality of the person. So as you said, and it can be used in a good situation. It can lead you to a bad thing or situation. So as I said, silence. The other one can be silence skills. When you're in a situation that is bad, if you're not a confrontational person, as they said, silence kills. So you better shut up and let them do all. Or you can be a person that very schemy, very schemy. You know, you can be very quiet and all and everything that you don't do, but in your mind, you're fixing up something in your mind that I'll be better than person. You know, that there's insecurities in both. As I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I actually like what Ate Sonia said, like about being skinny. For me, one of the things about being, like bragging as a sign of insecurity is, those people who are living beyond their means, that sometimes they want to just like, like buy the most expensive things, brand names, just to look good. Meanwhile, they can't really afford it and they don't really have the means to pay for it. And now they're like in so much debt that it just kind of like puts you in a hole. For me that's almost like synonymous like that. Like for me really sometimes like knowing where you are at and just being like we were talking about this a while ago, being content, like what Ate Sonia said, with what you have, makes someone secure. Because when you're secure like that, then it makes you more like a beautiful person. Because sometimes if you're insecure, really, it, it's ugly. So 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 what do you guys think?
I'm just trying to be quiet.
I know.
Silence kills.
Actually, in the family, in my
Silence
family,
kills.
I can say that Angel is the most secure, and Angel may be the most quiet, but she makes the most sense. So, just so you know, Angel, love you so much. Just speaking the
Love you
truth.
too. Love you too, but thank you.
Anyway, I also like what Ira said. Ira Red Torres. She said, bragging is innate to everyone. So I guess it's how one takes it. Right. And she also said, and by accepting your insecurities and flaws, boosts confidence. That's true. Accepting yourself, both your insecurities, your flaws, it's true. It boosts the confidence of a person. Right? So
Hi, Ira. Hi, Ira.
oh, thank you, Ira, for being here and supporting Ate Sonia.
Thank
By the way,
you for being
before we
here.
proceed to the next question, if you're enjoying this, can you guys please give us a thumbs up, right? So on everyone on the live chat, you can actually ask that right for now.
Please,
And
please.
then please give us a thumbs up. We would really, really appreciate it. Exactly. So now, the next question is, so how can one person get out of being insecure? Like for example, if I can answer that question in a weird way, because I'm talking about my forehead for the longest time and my hairline for the longest time, I'm so thankful for this bandana that I made this bandana as my signature look. So for me, I think regardless of what my hairline is going to be in the future, this is going to be my signature look already. I owned it. And now when someone asks me why I am actually wearing my bandana, I said, because I'm insecure about my hairline. But I'm very thankful that I have that insecurity, because that insecurity of mine puts me on the ground, you know, making me more humble and knowing that I'm not perfect. Because perhaps if I have like a very good hairline, perhaps I'm gonna be too overconfident about myself. I'm just speaking the truth right now. So there you go. So that's basically one way of me saying that how do you come about getting out of you being insecure. So who wants to answer that question next?
I think acknowledging that you're feeling insecure. So sometimes, if you're feeling like maybe nervous in a situation, or you find yourself like getting sad with the situation, maybe if you maybe sit back and reflect on it and maybe pray on it, maybe you're gonna find out that it's a cause. The cause is insecurity, and hopefully find a way to kind of work on that insecurity for that particular time. But it's kind of hard to say that there's one specific, because you have to be able to know first that it's coming from insecurity before you can start working on it. But I think if you're feeling bad for that moment, may it be being nervous or being sad or being whatever other feelings, is maybe try to reflect if it's coming from insecurity.
Yeah, I love what Angel said, right? Basically knowing where it came from, like knowing the root, knowing the cause, in order for us to be able to realize the effect that it's going to do to us. Okay, Miss Lee or Miss Sonia, what's your input? Okay, before you answer that, I actually will read Ate Karen Pineda's answer. Ate Karen, hello! Ate Karen Pineda said, sometimes bragging is just being proud of one's achievement at the moment. But being a braggart, like the bragging to the max, that person is holding on to that one feeling of success, right? And sometimes that actually, when it can become a problem, when someone actually holds on to like a particular title or a particular success, but not really being confident about himself or herself as just being the person of who or she is, then that's when it can become a problem, when you're holding on to like a particular material good or title, right? So, or yeah. And then Ira said, oh, thank you, Ira. Ira said, I like this group. Napaka-confident. She said, everyone's so confident.
Thank
Oh,
you,
not just
Ira.
that. I also love our viewers, because our viewers shows honesty. And, as we all say, that this is like a community gathering. Us sharing this, we're helping each other here. Knowing that all of us at the end of the day are the same people who want to be loved, who want to be accepted. And that's the reason why we have this group. Because everyone, again, here is welcome and love. Okay. And Dylan said, one thing I did to kind of own something about myself is when I decided to grow my hair out. And now I see myself smiling more, since I now own it and will never cut it short. See, right? Or that's also very synonymous to each his own. So basically, whatever it is that's gonna make you happy, if regardless of what other people say, just go for it. At the end of the day, it's your own happiness. Keber, what they say, right? Okay.
Keber.
Amen.
Lee
Keber.
or Ate Sonia, what's your take on that?
Well, yes, thank you, Ira. Thank you, Ate Karen. My God, Diyos ko, salamat. Thank you, thank you. Well, of
Such
course,
an active and beautiful group.
yes. As for me, how you work on insecurities, as I said, sabi nga, as I've said, it depends on the situation. As I always said, maybe it's not your insecurities anymore. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe your confidence is like struggling. So it can be on for me, when I have a client or job, new client or job, I always said, can I do this? Can I make this? Can I survive this? But of course, once once you once you present yourself in that work time, it's automatic. You forget about all your insecurities. You just have to say, I'm the best. I can do this. I can survive this thing. Any, you know. So it's just automatic. Of course, Angel, like Angel. Of course, you work in a hospital. When you go to the hospital, there's always nervousness. But when you go into the hospital, automatic. Yeah,
You just have to. You just have
just
to make it
do.
work.
You just have make it work. Make it work in your makeup, in your acting, everything that you do. You just have to make it work. Make it work. Make it work. Make it work.
I love that affirmation. How about you, Miss Faelnar, our model friend and actress friend?
Well, aside from also knowing that it's coming from an insecurity, I feel like people also need to want to get out of that situation, just not be insecure. Because like some people are okay doing what they're doing because they get validation from it, and it makes them feel better already. So for you to want to change, it has to start from within, of course. And then eventually you'll find a way, because like that's just how it is. If you want it, if you put it out there, and if you put it out into the universe will find a way for you to get what you want.
Oh my gosh, look at
Have
that. The
faith.
law of attraction. Yes.
Yes.
And actually, I also like,
I'm gonna
and
give
I
you
know
a
we're
time
all,
check. 3 minutes.
okay, 3 minutes. But before that, I also like what Dylan said, tactical gaming, our gamer friend, haters gonna hate. Yes, let them hate. So now, as we're about to close this, so what's your final thoughts about insecurity? Who wants to go first? Okay, maybe I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna say, when it comes to insecurity, find a passion and turn your passion into fashion, your own fashion. Because your passion, when you turn it to your own fashion, is something that's very dear to you. It's something that's very dear to your heart. And when something is very dear to your heart, then you're going to take care of that. And when you take care of something, that's one thing, or that thing that you're taking care of is also something that you can impart to others or share to others, like having a purpose. So turning your passion into your own fashion, and thus connecting that to your purpose. Yes. Who's next? Ate Sonia, I can see the smile. I think you're next.
Yes, of course.
How about some
Insecurity.
Japanese quote from you?
Of
Right? I heard
course,
some
watashi
Japanese
wa.
quote.
Yes, as I said, ake na yoru wa nai. In Japanese, it says,
Okay.
there is always light in the clouds. Ake na yoru wa nai. There's always light in the clouds. So, despite everything that your insecurities, your flaws, your your outlook, your whatever, there's no perfect people. There's no perfect in this world. So all you have to say is work on that. And it may be a journey, but of course, God will always lead you to your contentment. And that's it. And there's a lots of way improving our insecurities. So everybody's beautiful. Everybody's great. Everybody's wonderful. Awesome. So just be focused on what you want. Make it work. So as I've said, akina yoruwa nai. There's always light behind the clouds.
There
Domo
you
arigatou
go.
gozaimasu.
Love it. Arigatou gozaimasu. Now, Miss Lifa El Norte.
We all bleed red. That's all.
Wow. A woman of few
Few
words.
words.
Yes. Now, Angel.
I love Ate Sonia. Akin na ilaw at clouds.
Yes.
No,
There's always
but
light in the
I think
clouds.
from what we learned
Meralco.
tonight, everybody has we all have insecurities, and I think it's okay to have those insecurities. What matters is what you do when you find out that you have those insecurities and what you're gonna do about it.
Oh, I love that. See, it's what you do about your insecurity, right? How you're gonna turn it around. Okay, so now let's time to promote. Miss Lee, would you like to promote?
Sure. Hi, I'm like one half of Miss Charlie Talks. We release content like it's not consistent, but we do release content. We have Charot Room. We have a few skits that we're planning to release soon. One of them is about the movie Cats. Yeah.
Purr, purr,
Ate
purr.
Sonia, it's your turn. Ate Sonia, the only one.
Yes, Sonia the only one. Follow me in my digital account, Sonia the only one, on Facebook page, on my Instagram, and of course, thank you, Ira Red Torres, Ayu from Europe, and of course, Karagan Pineda, following Transistor TV. We are a great foursome. And I said, God bless everybody and be safe. And we are insecure.
Right. I love that. Okay. So before Angel closes this, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone. And please, if you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, please do. We would so appreciate it. And I just want to say, please support me as well on AllyCat Castle, where I do a lot of makeup reviews, especially with product. I've been having a lot of success with my unboxing. I actually just did the Huda Beautiful Filter Foundation review, as well as the cover girl. So please look at that. And also please support us here. There's so much for us to celebrate. Thank you for being with us with our Meanwhile episodes. We just had one that actually had like more than 350 hits about our Throwback Thursday. Thank you for being here with us on our community gathering every Sunday. We're more than open to any topics you would like us to talk about. And we're very open to feedback, how we can further improve Transers TV for our community. And now back to you, Angel.
Thank you, Ali. And I enjoyed that episode that you had, that you embraced the insecurity of not having makeup on that foundation. Diba, Ate Sonia? We were just talking about it earlier today. So I'm promoting AllyCat Castle's YouTube channel. I'm promoting, Charot Room at Miss J Harley Talks, and Ate Sonia the only one on her social media, and my social media also, Angel Qinan. Obviously, Transistors TV, please keep supporting us. We have daily shorts, and then every Sunday we have our live stream community gathering here. That's what we're doing here today. Thank you very much, everybody who are here, who I enjoyed reading, and Ate Candy, everybody who's here. I enjoyed seeing all of you being here every week.
Yes.
And please, as what Ali said, please, after this, please put a thumbs up. And please comment also, so that we can see it. Like people who would go to the videos would see that there's people who are actually watching and are being engaged. And I hope you keep joining us every Sunday here on Transistors
Transistors
TV.
TV.
Yeah!
Ada Rivera,
Bye.
Ada
Thank you, guys.
Rivera
We'll see you
in
so
San
much
Francisco.
next
Thank
Sunday
you,
again. We'll
Ada
see you.
Rivera,
Yes, bye.
Robbie Carmona.